Paltrocast.
Well, I'm going to say good morning, or do I have my time zones incorrect and it's really good afternoon/evening for you?
Yeah, exactly. It's almost getting dark here.
Well, thank you for taking the time. Congratulations on No Mercy finally getting its North American premiere. When did you actually finish No Mercy?
We finished, I think it was in August, so not that long ago.
Got it. Before I ask real questions about it, when people say No Mercy, they often talk about Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. Was that ever on your radar while titling the film this?
No, not really. Since, in the world of documentary, there was no other No Mercy, so I thought it was okay to name it No Mercy.
Sure. So congratulations again on such a masterful, well thought out piece of art. And it explores, of course, gender, authorship, rebellion, a lot of really smart themes and all that. How much did you know before you started the film? In other words, did you know entirely where it was going to go, or did a lot of it just happen as you were filming?
Yeah, so at the very beginning, when I thought of, using like Kira Murato's statement as sort of a storyline and exploring if there was really more harshness, violence, whatever in films by women, I knew very little. And I always say it was like a second film school to me. And I was surprised how few films by women directors I had actually seen. As I was researching and watching, hundreds of films, I grew more familiar with this whole body of work that was absolutely fascinating. Mm-hmm. And so when I wrote the script and, set about to go for the interviews, I would say half I sort of already had in my mind, the questions about violent characters and that harshness can mean many different things, actually. But then some of the directors, they took me on really unexpected turns. And so that was really wonderful to get those not expected answers back and then taking the movie into different directions with them then.
And so this is your third feature, correct?
Yeah, it is. Uh-huh.
Is it getting any easier for you? Because you have these well thought out things, and I say that because when you're making your first film, I don't know that if you know like all the press you have to do and all the little steps that make it such a long process. In this case, it was your third time around. Was it any easier for you?
I think you get used to the emotional ups and downs, that it's like a roller coaster, and when everything is going super well, there will be a down coming as well. And while you're in a down, you realize, okay, this is not going to last forever. So keep calm, it's all good. So I think that changes. But other than that, things are still, exciting and it's an adventure every time. I think every film takes you on a different journey. And there's a lot of unexpected things going on. So, yeah, you become a little bit more calm overall, I would say, though.
So you had the North American premiere a couple days ago, Doc NYC. But a unique thing about your film is it having support internationally from ZDF and broadcasters and all that. Is it being, in your opinion, received the same way everywhere?
Yeah, that is so interesting. I've been asked that now a couple of times as I was in the US, and I wish I could give you a better answer, but this is like this, the film has only started its festival journey, so it's been in like a handful of film festivals, most of them in Europe now, the first one in the US. But I think I would need a little bit more time and more screenings in the US to really give you an answer for that. So I was really quite pleasantly surprised how well it was received in the US as well, because it's like an essayistic film. I think on the North American market, it's more unusual than maybe in the European market, and yet it was received very positively. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, the other side of that is when you have to do a lot of interviews and you have to do a lot of press. Sometimes you find that a movie that it's a comedy in one territory, overseas they don't get the jokes, or it's not such a normal topic. Is the media at least the same reception, the people who see the film and have to think about it?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think these people are kind of experts anyway in watching films. So I think their reaction is very similar. I do have to say, though, regarding the audience, when I was in Italy, in Florence at the film festival, people laughed a lot. So that was actually sort of maybe the most expressive audience I had so far, where people really laughing, even at moments that weren't like overtly funny, but just, what in other countries maybe just caused a little smirk. They were really having a great time. So that was maybe, very Italian way of reacting.
Right. So having No Mercy done out into the world doing the press, are you already thinking about the next big project? I ask that sometimes directors are thinking 3 films ahead and they have 100 things in development, and other people just go, this is done, I need a break, I'm going to take some time off to figure out my next move.
No, I'm already developing a new one. So the next one is going to be on artificial intelligence. I already made
So it's a return. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My first feature doc was on artificial intelligence, on humanoid robots and humans living in relationships. That was like 7 years ago, but it was really quite an unusual topic, right? And so all these years I had sort of been following AI and the developments, and I figured, I'm actually like a kind of an expert on the field. So if anyone's going to do a movie on it again, it probably should be me. Yeah. So I decided to do another one.
Do you get to use AI in any facet of making a film like No Mercy?
In No Mercy, we didn't use AI. I think, it's probably most things happened like sort of, before all these like technologies really get into the market. I mean, they're already available, but right now there's still a lot of discussion around how to use them and if we should use them and so on. So I think No Mercy, I don't think anything that was done by like real AI. But this new film, it's probably going to be different.
So this is a compliment. I'm giving you a warning. This is a compliment. All the work that I've seen of yours is just very smart, and the topics are just very intelligent. Do you like anything that's dumb? Do you like any bad action movies? Did you grow up on like Steven Seagal films by any chance?
No, that's my husband's regret. He always wants to watch action movies with me now. Well, Catherine Bigelow's films, I really appreciate those, but they're not dumb either. They're really good action movies, I think. So no, I guess I do like things that are either smart or weird, maybe. So it has to be original in some way for me to be interesting, I think.
When it comes to music, because music was a big part of one of your prior films, are you into music that's also similarly really intelligent and or weird?
Yes.
So there's no like punk background. You didn't grow up on.
Oh, there is. No, totally. No. But that's, I think, punk can be intelligent as well. Actually, there is. I love the Riot Girl punk movement in the 90s. And in No Mercy, we're using a couple of songs, from that era and from that Riot Girl punk movement.
Got it. Okay, so what's your main hobby when you're not filmmaking?
I love hiking.
So doing the festival circuit, is there any chance you're getting like a bucket list to go, I have to be at the theater by this time to do the press, so I have all these hours open, so I'm going to hike the hours before the screening? Are you able to do that at this point?
You mean at film festivals, like going on hikes?
Yeah, I relate that to like when an artist is on tour, if they don't have to be at sound check until 4 or 5 o'clock, and if they can condition themselves to wake up early, they can actually hike and do healthy stuff before they go to their day job.
Okay, I got you. But I mean, then the town, the film festivals would have to be in the mountains. So so far, I haven't hiked during a film festival, but maybe that'll eventually happen. That would be great, actually. I'd totally be up for that. Like going on a hike first and then showing up in the theater in the evening. That would be fantastic.
I mean, in New York City, you have your climbing gyms like Brooklyn Boulders and Chelsea Piers. So I find that might be a way to make the film festival circuit, if you have to do that for a really long time, interesting, knowing that you have to go and watch your film again in the evening.
No, I usually don't. I don't watch them anymore. Exactly. Only sometimes when I'm really curious about the audience's reaction. Usually, I only watch like the last 15 minutes or so to get a feel of the vibe in the theater. But no, I mean, I love mountain hiking, so being out in nature at the same time as I'm, physically active. So yeah, not the gym. That doesn't do it for me.
Well, my last question for you is we've seen a lot of people who are initially documentary filmmakers cross over into more mainstream work. Todd Phillips is a classic example, doing that G.G. Allen art documentary student thesis film. And then before you know it, he's doing The Hangover and mainstream comedy. For you, is the long-term goal documentary?
I'd love to do a fiction film. Actually, I'm always waiting for somebody to come around with a great script, and I think I would actually. I feel like I would be. I can work well with actors because we did that in film school. We had some acting workshops and stuff, and
Right.
and that felt like very natural to me to direct actors. So I really would love to do that one day. So yeah, hopefully sometime it'll happen.
Well, congratulations again on No Mercy, and really looking forward to what's to come from you in the near future.
Thank you so much. That's really lovely. Thank you.
Paltrocast.